Hello and welcome to our March Madness edition here on Hornet TV. I have Grant Musser and Caden Rupert joining us, along with Haley Smith. She's our board writer because we can't write on the board very well. So we had to hire someone there. Haley, thanks for doing that for us. Grant and Caden, you guys excited as I am?
Oh, I'm ready. I am ready.
Yeah, Jay, this is the best time of the year. And I'd like to state that one year I did get a 100% complete bracket, and it was whenever I filled it out in April. So,
Well,
Oh,
hey,
boy. Impressive.
that takes talent. Great talent. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to go through the first round. We'll roll out a couple videos here as March Madness unfolds. We're just going to make our picks for the first round. It's going to be more of a, majority rules here. Grant, Kate, and I each have a pick. We'll make our individual pick, and that's what will go up on the board. You can keep track of us at home, whatever you'd like. And I'd say we jump right into it. You ready?
let's get after it.
All right, so our first matchup is between number 1 seed Duke and number 16 seed North Dakota State. Now, I would say it's impossible for Duke to lose, but we all know what happened last year at Virginia.
Yeah.
Well, you see, Jay, I'm taking North Dakota State because I hate Duke.
Interesting play call.
That's very valid reasoning.
It's a bold call, but we do know last year UMBC did knock off the number 1 seed Virginia.
They did, but I'm going Duke.
I'm going to take Duke.
All right. So
I'm just playing. I'm taking Duke, too. Except for the three-point shot scares me, considering they're only shooting 29% on the season.
That does scare me as
When-
well, but
I'm pretty sure the
Zion's
Juniata
healthy.
Valley.
yeah, Zion's
a
healthy.
powerhouse.
It's hard to take
I don't
anyone.
know. I'm pretty sure Kennedy Catholic's 2-3 zone might be able to get him, but
Yikes.
You're right about that. All right, we got a next matchup here between VCU and UCF, 8 and 9 seed. These are always the trickiest ones to do. Grant, what do you think?
Jay, Caden, in this game, my honest opinion, I hate to go against VCU because they were my first Cinderella love, but UCF has Taco Falls. My dude is 7'6".
Exactly.
Yep,
7'6".
A string
Yep.
bean.
that's my pick as well. Caden, I'm assuming.
I'm taking VCU on this one, but we know majority rules, but I feel like VCU can pick them apart.
Hey, we'll see what happens. I'm not sure when these games are played. Maybe today or tomorrow. But
They're being played today.
are they today? Well,
I don't know if these ones are. I know the other side of the bracket we have over there is definitely being played today.
all right. Well, either way, next 2 days a lot of basketball will be played. And then we have the 5 and 12 matchup, Mississippi State and Liberty. These are always interesting because, Grant, I know you're a big fan of the 12 over 5.
Trust me.
Huge fan of 12 over 5.
Always take the 12. Those are those upset points that boost you to win the bracket.
Now,
Everybody's taking the 5 seed, but when you take that 12 seed and they win,
yeah.
you're a step ahead of the game.
Well, see, normally I always have a couple 12 over 5s, but this is the one matchup I'm going with the 5 seed. I don't think Liberty has it.
Caden, go ahead.
I know Liberty has a strong core. They don't have much of a bench, but they're a pretty strong team. And Mississippi State, I haven't seen a lot out of them this season. They may be the 5 seed, but lately they haven't been playing like a 5 seed, so I'm taking Liberty in this one.
Jay, Caden, I'm taking Liberty too.
There it
Watch their
is.
conference championship game. I feel like Caden said, not a strong bench, but their starters score a lot of points, and Mississippi State's defense has been lacking. What was it? Was it a first-round boot in the in the SEC
I
tournament?
believe so.
Yeah.
First
So
round.
All right, well, we'll see what happens. Next up, we got Virginia Tech and St. Louis. Grant, what do you got here?
Jay, I like the 413 sometime. This Virginia Tech team is coming on strong at the end of the season. St. Louis
are.
does have is either a freshman or a sophomore this year who was a number 8 overall recruit whenever he's coming out of high school. So
Yeah.
that is a strong player, but I think I'm going to go with Virginia Tech on this one. Buzz is going to have him ready.
I'm going with Virginia Tech as
I'm
well on
taking
this.
Virginia Tech as well. They got a
Yeah.
very strong front court, and lately they've been playing pretty well. They gave Duke a tough game.
Yeah, they
Duke
did.
ended up winning, but any team that can match Duke up until the end is definitely a strong team.
You're definitely right there. Now, with this next matchup between Maryland and Belmont, this is, for me, my safest upset pick, and I'm going with the upset pick on this one. I'm not a huge fan of Maryland in general. That's why it's a little helpful, but Belmont is really playing well at the end of the year here, and it's hard for me to pick against them, so I'm going Belmont.
See, Jay, I'm with you here. I'm not – ever since Maryland didn't shake our hands, go PSU, haven't really been a big fan of Maryland. Now, Belmont did lose their conference championship to Murray State, who we have over there, and they're still a seed higher than Murray State. They have this kid named Wilder or something like that. Very good ball player. He's going to be drafted next year in the NBA draft. Put money on that. So I'm going Belmont too.
Yeah, Me and Grant, we had front row seats to that no handshake against Maryland PSU 2 years ago.
You know,
So I will never pick Maryland as
Yeah.
long as I live, even if they're the 1 seed, 1 versus 16. Never.
That brings us to a 3-14 matchup between LSU and Yale. I do know Yale is pretty good this year, but LSU, I think they have a chance to make a decent run deep into this tournament. So I'm going LSU.
Absolutely, Jay. I'm taking LSU all the way. I got one of my brackets. I have them winning it all. They definitely have a strong front court, very strong front court, and they got some guards that can shoot the ball and move the ball. I think they're making a deep run this year.
Yeah.
Caden, Jay, this LSU team I like a lot too. I know they got booted their first round of the SEC tournament, but this Yale team, they were the 2 seed in the Ivy League championship. They did beat Harvard by 20, but I just don't think they have the firepower to go against LSU.
Yeah, I agree. All right, what's up next? We got Louisville and Minnesota, 7-10. These are tricky too. Grant, what do you think on this one?
Jay, this is hard. I don't like picking against Big Ten teams.
Yeah.
But this is a Pitino revenge game. If anyone knows, Rick Pitino was fired from Louisville for a recruiting scandal, and his son coaches Minnesota.
Yeah.
This is tough, but I'm going with my ACC. I'm going with Louisville in this one.
Okay, what do you got?
Like Grant said, 2 very strong teams, 7-10. It's always tough. But I'm taking Louisville as well here. Like you said, coach's son, all this stuff going on, headline news, but I am going to take Louisville in this one. They're a very strong team.
Not that it really matters. I am going Minnesota. I think revenge. I think Minnesota's going to win one and done kind of thing. But, hey, you guys are right. Louisville is definitely a better team.
I'm with you. I'm with you, Jay. I mean, it's not that Minnesota's not a good team. I just think Louisville, I mean, sadly, I'm a Tar Heel. They beat the Tar Heels by 20 this year, so Louisville's got a place in my heart.
Tough scene.
You're right about that. Then we got the old 2-15 matchup between MSU and Bradley. I hate to – we all know Michigan State. They've lost this before.
Oh, yeah.
Will they do it again, Grant?
Michigan State scares the poop out of me because they've pulled this numerous times.
Yep.
And if they win this game, there's a chance they're going to lose to Louisville because they've pulled that numerous times. But I just don't – watching Bradley, I don't think they have the power to go up against Ward of the of
He's
MSU.
Good. He's very good. I'm
very good.
I'm going MSU.
I mean, we've seen it multiple times. MSU 1-2 seed losing in the round of 64, losing in the round of 32. 2 or 3 years ago, 2 seed Iowa State drops a game, so you never know what can happen. But I am going to take MSU in this one because I don't think Bradley has it in him.
I don't either. So that finishes Upper East.
Yeah.
Or East part of the bracket. We'll move over here to the – I believe this is – what part of the bracket is this?
This is the West.
The West, yeah. All right, Grant. First matchup, number 1, number 16 seed. Like I said, it's happened once. Is it going to happen again?
I don't think so, Jay. Zaga, they're always a strong team. They got some big guys like they always do. I think they'll get the job done this year.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm with Zaga here too. I mean, they are the lowest 1 seed, and that's that could be scary. But Fairleigh Dickinson, I watched them. They're from the NEC. Shout out St. Francis NEC. But I don't think they have it in them this year.
No. I agree. Now, I'm not impressed with Zaga. I will be fair. In my personal brackets, I don't have them going very far. But I think they'll be all right.
Zaga's got one good player who wasn't able to play against North Carolina. Tilly, something like that. He's a strong front court player, but I don't know. I don't have him going past Q.
Tag off of that. Zaga did drop their conference championship to St. Mary's by quite a margin. So you never know what Zaga's going to do, but I think they got this one.
Yeah. So then we got the old 8-9 matchup between Syracuse and Baylor. This is tough, but I tell you right now, I'm going Syracuse.
Exactly. Syracuse always shows up when it comes to March Madness. They always get an upset or two, and this isn't even an upset. So I got Cuse in this one.
I got the Cuse too last year. Made the Sweet 16 run from the 11 seed playing game. That 2-3 defense Boeheim runs. And then he's got his boy Buddy. Buddy's shooting the ball well right now. So
and that brings us to what is my personal favorite matchup of the tournament.
There it is.
We got Marquette, Murray State. It's a battle of what I think are the 2 of the top 5 players in NCAA.
I think 2 of the best guards in NCAA.
I agree.
Scorers.
Yeah,
I agree, and I can tell you right now they're both in the top 8 in scoring. It's that 12 over 5. I tell you right now, I'm going Murray State
I'm
for the
taking
upset.
12. John Morant, I think he's going to carry on. Mark Howard, a heck of a scorer, but I think Murray State's going to take this one. John Morant, I think he has that killer instinct that we've seen in players like Dwayne Wade and other tough guards in the past, and I think he's going to take him on a run this time.
Yeah, I really like John Morant. I mean, obviously Marcus Howard, like Caden stated, very good scorer, but Marquette has been losing a lot of games recently. I think that them being a 5 seed over teams like Nevada and some of the other 6 and 7 seeds, I think that was a little bit of disrespect to Nevada. So I'm going with Murray State here. I think John Morant's just too good for them.
Yeah. Well, there's your 12 over 5. It happens every year. That's an easy one there.
The only thing that scares me with this game is Murray State's best center right now is only 6'9", 6'8", 6'9". So, I mean, he's a little bit undersized, but he's a bigger boy, and I know I have a feeling that he can definitely box out with the best of them.
Yeah, I think he'll be okay. And it's like you guys said, John Morant.
Oh, yeah.
He's so good.
Electric.
He's top 3 pick, I think. So, all right, we got Florida State and Vermont. I like Florida State. I like the way they play. I got Florida State in this one.
I do. Florida State, definitely a tough team, playing well. 4 seed, I think they should be higher. I mean, teams like Texas Tech, tough team. Michigan's a tough team. I mean, you saw them lose a game to Penn State, so I don't know about a 2 seed, but Florida State, definitely a tough team. I got them in this one.
I'm with you, Caden. They play Duke hard. They play UNC hard. They play Virginia hard. So, I mean, I'm with Florida State here, too. Vermont's been playing well. I just don't think they had the firepower. Florida State's got great big men, great shooter.
Yep.
So
that gets us to Buffalo, Arizona State, 6-11. I will say I don't know much about these two teams, so I'll let you guys take over on this one.
I mean, Buffalo, haven't heard much about them this year, just kind of that sleeper team. But I don't think I'm going to take Arizona State in this one. They've got a little fire under them recently. They're playing well, good offense, tough defense. I'm taking Arizona State.
I'm taking Arizona State, too. I'm a big believer in coaches. Bobby Hurley left. Buffalo, too good at Arizona State. Arizona State had a great playing game last night, played their butts off. I'm with Arizona State on this one, too.
I'll roll with you guys on that one as well. So then we got Texas Tech. I don't even need to say Northern Kentucky because I really think Texas Tech has this one. I like the way they play. They're a good team. 3 seed. They could be a 4 seed. I'd be okay with them being a 4 seed, but I think they have this, and they have the next game too.
Yeah. Texas Tech. Go ahead, Grant.
I like Texas Tech, too. I mean, Northern Kentucky, I think they're honestly just outmatched. I mean, they are called the Northern Kentucky Nords. Those are some Vikings.
Yeah.
Big guys, but you got to go with Texas Tech.
Yeah. I think Texas Tech outranks them in every category. I mean, March Madness, you never know. Northern Kentucky pull something off.
Anyone can win. We know that from last year.
Exactly. But I think Texas Tech's taking this one.
Yeah. Then we got Nevada, Florida. Florida's a 10 seed over the 7. I'm going Florida on this one. I like the way they play.
Go ahead, Grant.
Jay, I think both of these teams got extremely disrespected. I think Florida could have been higher. I think Nevada could have been higher. But I like Nevada with Caleb and Cody Martin. I mean, they're twins. They have got Martin last name, Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I like this Nevada team. I think they could make a run as a 7 seed.
Yeah, Grant, definitely. Both teams, I think, should have been higher, playing extremely well. But I am taking Florida in this one. They've got a very strong offense, and they don't have one big star. They really spread the ball out and makes it tough on the defense, and I think they're going to take this one.
They truly play as a team. I've watched a couple of their games. It's not all about one guy, which is good in March Madness.
I truly believe whoever wins this game could make a little bit of a run.
Exactly.
Maybe into the Elite Eight, Final Four area.
It'll be interesting if Texas Tech and Florida or Nevada match up, whichever matchup that is. That'll be a fun game to watch. That brings us to the last game here in the West, Michigan, Montana. I mean, 2-15 seed. I think about it occasionally, but I like Michigan. Yeah. They're a really good team. And I like Michigan sports in general. I know Penn State fan, it's rough, Big Ten team, but I like Michigan, so I'm going Michigan in here.
Yeah. You know, Penn State got their game against Michigan this year, a little fire, coach getting kicked out and everything. But Michigan, still a very strong team. Lost a game they shouldn't have. I think they're going to whoop up on Montana.
Once again, I'm going with Michigan. Like I said earlier, Tar Heel fan. They beat the Tar Heels. Iggy Brosdegas, I believe I pronounced that right. Very good player. Very good player. Yep.
Electric.
Yep.
Definitely a great player.
All right, guys, we're back here. March Madness special here. We got the South and the Midwest up on the board. I say we dive right into it.
Let's get right into it.
Here we go. 116. Virginia, what do you know? UMBC knocks them off last year. Everybody's bracket busted.
I watched that game from start to finish. Couldn't believe my eyes.
Me too, Jay. I saw them. They started getting up. They were beating the crap out of that pack line.
Yeah, they were.
But that's
Will it
the
happen
thing.
this year?
I don't think.
I don't either.
The difference between this Gardner-Webb team and that UMBC team last year, UMBC had some shooters. I
They
mean,
did.
the one thing that can beat the pack line because you're playing inside the three-point line is bad closeouts whenever shooters are shooting the ball. Gardner-Webb does not have
They
that
don't
this
have
year.
it. I got Virginia.
I got Virginia. That
All right,
pack
there
line.
we go. Pack line's for the win, like Grant said, unless there's deadly
Yeah.
three-point shooters.
Virginia's got that chip on their shoulder too. They're coming.
Yeah.
They're coming.
Yeah, I would
this year.
hope. They have the biggest chip on anybody's shoulders ever.
Yep.
Truly.
Yep.
So
It's not a chip anymore. It's a monkey. There's a
Yeah.
monkey on their
Yeah.
back.
yeah, we got Ole Miss, Oklahoma, 8-9. He got Grant.
Tough game for me. Haven't seen much Ole Miss. Have watched Oklahoma. Extremely streaky. They can either be really good, really bad. Beat Kansas. I don't know. It's up to you guys on this one.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen a lot. I've seen a little bit of Oklahoma, like Grant said. They're usually on more. I haven't been very impressed. Like he said, streaky, usually not very hot. But Ole Miss, I haven't watched them, but I've seen a lot of highlights, a lot of big plays, and I think they got that X factor that helps them win big games. They got the clutch factor. So I'm taking Ole Miss in this one.
I can say for sure, most of my brackets I've been picking Oklahoma. I'm going Ole Miss on this one. I got to
Okay.
change it up. I don't know. I'm with you guys. I don't know anything about these teams, really. But there's something about Ole Miss. I think the SEC's been tough this year.
Yeah.
I think they'll
A
be
lot
all
of
right.
people in the bracket this year from the SEC.
Yep. So I'm going SEC on this one. And we got Big Ten Pac-12 matchup here between Wisconsin and Oregon. Wisconsin the 5 seed, Oregon the 12 seed. You got your 12 over 5.
There it is.
Oregon's good. Oregon's very good. Oregon beat Washington in the Pac-12 championship. I got Oregon in this one, guys.
I've seen Oregon play. Very good team whenever they're completely healthy. Right now, they have some people coming back from injuries. They're not 100% right now. Wisconsin team, Ethan Happ. Not Ethan. Is it Ethan Happ? It's Happ. It's very good player. Very strong player. Hard for me to pick the Big Ten because I know every year there's one of them that gets upset, but I like this Wisconsin team.
Yeah, I'm going with this Wisconsin team too.
All right, so we got Wisconsin there. For the record, I like Oregon. I'm going Oregon. Anyway, we got number 4, number 13. Grant, what do you got in this one?
Kansas State, UC Irvine. UC Irvine, very good team. Have made a run before. This Kansas State team, though, I like them a lot. Got a share of the Big 12 championship this year.
I'm going Kansas State. I can tell you right now.
Yeah, I'm going with Kansas State solely for the reason that little shout out to my buddy Jacob Henser. You know, going to the University of Miami, Ohio, same conference there. Show a little love.
We got Kansas State in that one, so that brings up a 6-11. We got Villanova and St. Mary's. Both pretty good teams. This is not an easy pick. I can tell you right now, I got Villanova. It's really just a coin flip for me. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I can.
You know, this is another one of those games where that upset puts you ahead in your bracket if you're really trying to win. Villanova hasn't really impressed me. I think they deserve that 6th seed this year. And like I said earlier, St. Mary's blowing out Gonzaga in the conference championship. I'm taking St. Mary's in this one.
St. Mary's is on a tear right now. I'm going with St. Mary's, too. Villanova's been going down. St. Mary's has been going up. What can I say?
You're right about that, but we'll see. St. Mary's the pick is. That brings up Purdue, Old Dominion. Purdue's a good team, but in honor of Haley Smith, who had to go to lunch, I'm picking Old Dominion.
Yeah. Sorry, Haley, but I'm going to take Purdue in this one. I mean, every year they're consistent. They make a run. So they seem to fall short every year, but they get there at least. They're not losing early games, early rounds. So I'm taking Purdue.
I'm with you, Caden. They at least get to the Sweet 16 every year. They always have a terrific backcourt, always somewhere around this 2-3 seed line. I'm with Purdue, too.
Cincinnati, Iowa, another tough matchup. Cincinnati's always good. They're always in the tournament. They don't always go far, but they give some pretty good games. I'm going Cincinnati on this one.
I like Cincy. I like Iowa. But this Cincy team has been going up. Gave Houston a run for their money. I mean, Houston's a quality ball club. Cincinnati gave them all they can handle. Iowa, premium team out of the Big Ten, but I think I'm going to go Cincy too here, Jay.
Yeah, I hate to make picks off of past years, but you usually see Cincy making it to the Sweet 16, and they're pretty consistent there. And, Iowa, not much of a basketball school. I mean, they're a good team, but heck of a wrestling school. I'm taking Cincy in this one.
Then we got Tennessee and Colgate. I tell you right now, Haley wanted me to pick the upset here, but Tennessee, such a good team. I have them going far in all my personal brackets. I'm going Tennessee. Easy pick for me.
I like Tennessee too. I mean, they beat Kentucky, a very good Kentucky team. Tennessee, Grant Williams, Admiral Schofield.
Exactly.
Yep.
Very good team. I mean, they
All
have
day long.
fast guards too.
Yep, they can run with anyone, and they can slow it down too and play some pretty good defense.
Yeah.
So I think they're set up for some success.
Yeah, I think Tennessee might be the most complete team in the NCAA right now.
I'd agree.
Duke's very well-rounded, star players. But I think Tennessee, like Grant said, Admiral Schofield, just an absolute monster down low. And they got tough guards, shoot the ball, move the ball.
Yeah, exactly. I think Tennessee has the shooting where Duke doesn't have it.
They have experience too.
They do.
Duke's got that. They have the 5 freshmen obviously, but these guys have experience, have been here before. Yeah, they lost last year, but they at least know what the tournament's all about.
Exactly. That's exactly right. Then moving over here to the Midwest, we got UNC, Iona. I'm going UNC. Too easy of a pick.
Tar Heel fan.
No chance of an upset.
I think, Tar Heel fan. We're playing well right now. I mean, I know we lost to Duke. It was by a point and a fully healthy Duke team. Every time we played them in the regular season without Zion, it was a 10-point game at least. So
Exactly.
And I can say that I'm a huge Duke fan. Of course, he's UNC. We've always had this little rivalry going, but it scares me. UNC scares me.
Yeah. UNC, extremely well-rounded. I mean, you see Kenny Williams shooting the 3, excellent defensive player. You saw him take 5 charges in 2 different games against Duke. Just an excellent player. Luke May, absolute unit down low. Little white chocolate action. He's got the hook shot going on. I'm taking UNC.
Yeah, I mean, we have to. Shout out Cam Johnson too. Love the man shooting over 40% from the 3-point line. Baller.
Yep. And then we got 8 and 9. Utah State and Washington. I will say Washington lost to Oregon.
I mean,
but I still like this Washington team.
I know you like Washington, Caden. I haven't really talked to you. I like this Washington team, but this Utah State team at the 8 seed, I watched some of their highlights. I haven't got to watch any of their games because they play at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock out there in the Pac-12. But I was watching ESPN. This Utah State team shoots the ball extremely well. They don't have their big men aren't up to par with some of these other teams, how we've been talking about big men. But this Utah State team has extremely good shooters. So I mean, this is the toss-up game for me. You guys can pick it.
Yeah, this for me is a really exciting game. Not 2 great teams, 8-9 game, but definitely a fun game to watch. I feel like it's going to be a very close game. It's going to come down to the end. You always see a couple buzzer beaters in the March Madness. I feel like we're going to see one here.
I agree. But I got Washington in the edge. What do you got?
Utah State shooters. Washington State's got the big men down low. Washington, but I'm taking Washington this one. I watched a couple of their games. They really get it done.
Sounds good to me.
Then we got Auburn playing as a 5 seed here. I don't care who Auburn plays. I have them winning at least 2 games in this tournament.
Jay, I'm with you. Excuse me. I like this Auburn team. New Mexico State is a heck of a ball club this year. 12 line is a little bit, I think, might have sold them a little bit short watching them. But, this Auburn team played well, extremely well through that SEC tournament.
Yeah.
Excuse me, once again, I said NCAA. They beat this Tennessee team that we're high on. So,
yeah. They play very well, and they're coming in at the right time. They're coming in hot. So I got Auburn here.
Yeah, Auburn, very well-rounded team. New Mexico State, can't lie to you. I don't know anything about them. So I'm taking Auburn.
That gives us Kansas Northeastern 4 seed versus. I mean, it's these matchups are tough. The 4 and 13 because sometimes 13 seeds are very misplaced. A lot of times I think they need to be higher. This case, I think they got it right. I'm not impressed with Kansas this year. I will be honest, but I think they got this one.
Yeah, Grant, I'm going to go real quick because I know you're going to run away with this one. But two strong teams. I'm taking Kansas, though. Definitely not the team they've had in the past couple years. Not very strong, but they got all the experience, and I think they're going to get it done.
You know, guys, I'm completely okay with us taking Kansas as a unit, as a program, but Northeastern does impress me. I mean, I haven't watched them much. Obviously, they're not on live TV every day, but I watched them in their tournament. They're a good ball club. Sometimes you see these 4-13 matchups. They remind me a little bit of the SFA team. That was a 13 seed who beat a 4 seed. Kansas obviously doesn't have the unit that they've had before, but you know, I'm fine with Kansas going. I know in one of my brackets I have Northeastern winning this, so it's a toss-up for me. I'm okay with Kansas.
You said Kansas. Right?
Yeah, I said Kansas. Right. Then we got Iowa State, Ohio State. Ohio State, the 11th seed, I think it's almost too high for them. I've not been impressed with Ohio State this year, so I'm going Iowa State with an easy win.
I don't know about all that, Jay.
I think Caden and I are on the same page here. I think Ohio State 11 might be a little bit of a high seed. I don't know if they're going to get into the tournament, but this Iowa State scares me. Iowa State scares me every single year they play in the tournament ever since they lost as a 2 seed, and then they started losing in other first-round games. Yep. They scare me. I think Ohio State is a little bit better than people give them credit for, but their record, you know.
Yeah, Iowa State, can't trust them. One of the first couple years I really started to get into this, really knew what I was talking about making picks, and they let me down as a 2 seed. Can't be trusted. Ohio State, strong team, very strong team. Definitely can make it to the Sweet 16 if they play the way they can, so I'm taking Ohio State.
There you have it. I'm in the minority on that one, but that's all right. Sorry, we have 3 and not 4 up here.
Yep.
Then we got Houston, Georgia State. Houston's a good team. I mean, there's no doubt about it. You don't think basketball when you think Houston, but they're here and they're well-deserved the 3 seed.
I'm with you, Jay. I like Houston. I mean, Georgia State, special place in my heart ever since they pulled the upset and Coach Hunter fell off his chair after his son hit the 3 to win the game.
Yep.
I like Houston here.
Beautiful moment there, Grant just mentioned, but Houston, strong team, well-rounded, like I said before. I got Houston in this one.
Then we got the 7-10. I can tell you right now, Seton Hall's winning this one. I don't know about that, actually, but Seton Hall, I love them.
Yeah.
I just had to pick them every time.
I was going to say, Jay's really high on Seton Hall. I've watched this Wofford team.
They are good. I think they're going to win, but I got to pick Seton Hall.
They play quality ball. This is a very good game to me. Both teams are coming in extremely hot.
Yeah.
Wofford has a phenomenal player who shoots the ball extremely well. Seton Hall's got a very well-rounded team. I'm going with Wofford on this one.
Caden, up to you.
Yeah, I'm taking Wofford on this one too. Seton Hall, I mean, we've seen them in the past, upset City, all kinds of games they've won in the past couple years. But Wofford, definitely a strong seed. Sitting at the 7 seed, definitely play like a top, like a 5 seed.
I think they're playing like a 5 seed too, Caden.
All right, that brings us to our last matchup of the first round. Grant, what do you got? What do you think?
I'm not a big Kentucky fan. This is one of my more favorite. I like this Kentucky team this year. This Abilene Christian team, I think, does not have a chance. I mean, I hate to say it because there has to be a 215 somewhere, and we don't have one. And this feels like the game that it could be because no one's heard of Abilene. Kentucky's big name. But Tyler Hero, he's a walking bucket, man.
Yep.
Yeah,
he's a walking bucket. And then him and P.J. Washington.
I'm rolling with Kentucky, too.
Yeah, like Grant said, if you're inclined to take a 2-15 and take the 15, this is the game to do it, but I wouldn't roll the dice because Kentucky, like he said, strong team, phenomenal player. I got Kentucky in this one.
That wraps up our March Madness edition for the first round.
First round, yeah.
First round. We'll try to join you here for round of 32 as well.
Yeah, hopefully you can catch this video before 12 o'clock. Take some of our advice if you didn't know. If you're one of those people who just takes the highest seed in every game, this doesn't look like the year to do it.
It doesn't.
It's going to be real tough getting in some of these round of 32 games because some of them are being played on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we didn't have very many heated debates today, guys, but I think that we could have some coming in these rounds of 32 and Sweet 16 games.
Yeah, the round of 64, I mean, you're looking at like 8-9 seeds. Not a lot to debate about because nobody really cares about the 8-9 game. Nobody thinks the 8-9 is going to win the championship. But once you see those won 5 games and all that kind of stuff, it gets
Yep.
intense. So.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll get intense here, especially if I'm telling you what, if Duke and UNC end up in this championship,
Big
we
Duke guy.
we may have a fight.
UNC
It may
guys.
be it.
Oh, baby.
Yep. All right. I'd like to thank you guys for checking us out. Be sure to stay tuned for our next video here. Thank you.